Welcome back, everybody. I have missed you all. Trust me. Glad to be back here. We are pulling cards for August the 13th today. And so we are going to pull one card for overall energy. After that, we're going to pull a card for each sign as we work our way through the zodiac to see how things are going to be working out for each of us as we go through the day. So let's start off with overall energy. We have the Ace of Swords. This is a really nice overall energy. It talks about having an epiphany of an understanding or having a new idea about something. So this would be maybe there's something that we've been wanting to understand for a while. And finally, we have the last little piece of information that like makes everything click into place. Could be something like that. Also can be a new idea that shows up for us. And so we're going to see what this epiphany or this new idea is, what it has to do with as we look at each card for each of the zodiac signs. So Aries, we have the Knave of Chalices showing up in reverse. This would be like a Page of Chalices if this was a different deck. Page of Chalices in reverse. Aries, this is really kind of beautiful because it talks about that you have a new understanding about a way that you can express your feelings to somebody and they will be able to receive them better, shall we say. All right, next up, we're going to look at Taurus. Let's see what you have, Taurus. Oops, fell right out of my hand. Knight of Pentacles showing up in reverse. Taurus, I feel like you may be getting a little bit of a wake-up call about what's going on with the budget today. There may be something that makes us kind of pull up short and go, oh, wait. We have some adjustments to make here to make things work out the way we want them to. Next up, we're looking at Gemini. Geminis. King of Wands showing up also in reverse. So far, we're 3 for 3 reversals. King of Wands in reverse. Geminis, this talks to me about the idea of you understanding somebody in your sphere of influence. And this person that you're having this that you're coming to this understanding about is somebody that has some kind of problem and they really don't know what to do to fix it. Maybe you have an idea how to fix it. Or maybe you're just realizing that they are feeling like they have a problem they don't know what to do with. Cancers, you guys are up next. Hey. Queen of Chalices, this is you and your own mojo. Okay. So, Cancer, this really just talks about you understanding a little bit more about yourself today, about what makes you tick. You know, maybe you're understanding a little bit more about your intuition and how that works. Maybe you're understanding more about your level of empathy. Maybe you're understanding more about how you make decisions based on feelings more than some other people in the zodiac. There is something going on where you are understanding something at a deeper level about yourself today. Good for you, Cancers. We like that one. There's a lot of understanding coming in. I guess that makes sense with the Ace of Swords, doesn't it? Boop-a-da-doo-doo. All right, next we're looking at Leo. Okay, so Leo's World card. Leos, this just means that you are figuring out what is your ideal? What is it that you're shooting for? This is an interesting world card, isn't it? Because it seems like there's a lot of chaos there for being a world card. But there's a couple of candles lit. There's hope. I like the light when the light shows up because, the light dispels the darkness. It talks to me about honesty. It talks to me about integrity and happiness. So having the light right in the middle of that really says, Leo, that I think you're discovering your ideal even as you're dealing with even as you're dealing with some chaos in your life, it's like that chaos is really bringing out to you. Um, it's pointing out to you things that you kind of took for granted before and making you recognize that, you know what, this is really what I want. Like, it's always just kind of been there, and I've always kind of assumed it's always going to be there. But now I feel like, we're consciously choosing that this is our ideal, this is what we want. Okay? So it's really interesting there, Leo. Out of chaos comes clarity. That's what I feel like for your card. Next up, let's look at Virgo. This is my deck that I ordered from um, Odessa in Ukraine. It's called The Mists of Avalon, but it's written all in Cyrillic. So I don't know how to actually say that. But it's translated to the Mists of Avalon tarot deck. And I can't find anything like this whenever I Google it. All I can find is the Mists of Avalon Oracle deck. Not the same at all. I got this off of Etsy. All right, let's look at, who are we looking at? We're looking at Virgo. Boop, ba-da-doo-doo, Virgo. Two of Wands showing up in reverse. Virgos, ooh. This is powerful. I think you're recognizing a situation where you have some choices in front of you, Virgo, and whatever you choose is going to be just fine. Neither one of them are bad choices to make. But I think you're feeling like you don't really have a choice because certain people that are important to you are expecting you to choose a certain thing, and so you don't want to let them down, and so you've been thinking that's what you're going to do. I think you're coming to an understanding today. You're understanding that that's what you're doing and that you really do have more of a choice than what you're giving the situation credit for. And you're realizing that maybe you want to think about some of these other options and consider them more seriously, even if somebody else is not. Because it is your choice, it's not their choice. And not in a mean way, just in a very, this comes across to me as a very self-empowered type of thought process that hits you today. New understanding that hits you, kind of a reality check, actually, Virgo, that you've been um, trying to please other people for so long that you're not sure what you really want. I think this is kind of the wake-up call to that for you. Next up, we're looking at Libra. Telling you guys, when you get to the point you have to wear multifocals, it's something. I'm holding the cards right here, then I'm holding the cards right here, then I'm trying to find the perfect spot. All right, let's see. Libras, let's quit messing around, right? Knave of Pentacles in reverse. This would be like a page in another deck. Knave of Pentacles in reverse, Libra, just means that you are understanding, very similar to Taurus, you're understanding why you're not hearing good. Well, I don't want to say that. That's not really accurate. You're understanding why you're hearing messages that you don't want to hear about money or material goods. You're getting a new understanding of what's going on that's causing that, which is good because once we understand what's causing that, then we can make some adjustments. Okay, so that's for Libra. Next up, we're going to look at Scorpio. Scorpio, 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 Scorpio. What do we have? Five of Pentacles. Now this is interesting because Taurus and Scorpio are opposite each other on the zodiac wheel. Taurus we had getting kind of a wake-up call about why the budget isn't doing what it's supposed to do, or maybe that the budget isn't doing what it's supposed to do. For Scorpios, we have something very similar. We are basically understanding why things are tight financially. Something very similar. It tells me we've probably got a square going on today. Right between Taurus and Scorpio. All right. That's enough conjecturing about astrology because I don't know. I haven't looked at the chart. Let's look at Sagittarius. Sagittarius. King of Chalices for you. Okay. Now, Sagittarius, I'm getting two storylines for you guys. So I think for some of you, we've got one storyline, and for others of you, we've got another one. All right. For some of you, I think that you are getting a new understanding of how much somebody really cares for you. For a lot of you, this is going to be a father or a father figure, not for all of you. For some of you, this is going to be like a significant other or a romantic interest, but not for all of you. So, somebody, you're getting a greater understanding of how much somebody really cares about you. You know, this can go the other direction too, depending what all else is in play in your chart. This could be realizing, ooh, this stalker is really obsessed. We don't want something like that, but that is one of the ways that this could manifest, actually. Now, the other storyline that I have coming up here for you, Sagittarius, is that you are coming to a new understanding about who it is you love, how much you love them, those types of things. And that can be in the romantic arena. We're not taking that off the table, but it also could be family or friends or people that maybe before you just felt like they were colleagues or acquaintances. You're recognizing that you have stronger feelings for somebody or something than what you would have admitted a couple of days ago. Doesn't really necessarily mean they're stronger now, although for some of you they could be. But now you're having that realization of, oh, wow, this is big. All right. So, kind of exciting news there, Sagittarius. Next up, let's look at Capricorn. Gosh, there's a lot of white in this background, isn't there? We're going to have to change that. Capricorn. Capricorn. Queen of Wands showing up in reverse. Queen of Wands in reverse, Capricorn. Capricorn, this is talking about somebody in your sphere of influence that you have a greater understanding of today. There's some kind of information that's coming through or a new understanding that you're just, something is clicking for you, that you're understanding this person better. When we're talking about a Queen of Wands in reverse, this is somebody who's normally very outgoing, very energetic, very social, also very independent. They don't rely a lot on other people, maybe even have their own business. But when they're in reverse, they're kind of secluding a little bit sometimes, or they're having a hard time with having that positive, vibrant attitude that they normally have. They're a little bit under the weather, and they definitely are not ready to be nurturing anybody else with their normal happiness and optimism. Okay. And so you're having a new understanding about this person today. You may be understanding what has shifted for them, why they're acting this way. That's what I feel like most of you are understanding. Next up, we're looking at Aquarius. What do we have here? High Priestess showing up in reverse. Aquarius, this is a real aha moment for you because this is talking about a situation in your life where there's been a lot of confusion or there's been some kind of misunderstanding, and all of a sudden you're getting it. You just understand, oh, this is where the wires got crossed, or this is why there's so much confusion around that, which makes you able to go in and clear up that confusion. Good for you. Next up, let's look at Pisces. Pisces, 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 Pisces. Justice card in reverse. Okay. This is really similar to what showed out as the weekly topic for this week's newsletter that goes out today, the 13th. By the way, if you guys don't get my newsletter, go to my website and sign up for it. I try to make it helpful for everybody, and it comes out once a week on Sunday evening. Let's see. So what do we have, Pisces? Justice in reverse with that Ace of Pentacles. Or I mean, excuse me, the Ace of Swords. So Pisces, this is talking about some kind of separation where you're no longer committed to somebody or to another group, or maybe they're no longer committed to you. Either way, this is a separation of a commitment or ties that bound. All right. Now, with that Ace of Swords showing up, I think that this separation has happened. Ooh, there's actually two stories for you guys, too. So, for some of you, this separation has already happened in the past, and you're starting to understand now why that happened and why it was perfectly appropriate. For others of you who have not made this, release of the ties that bind just yet, I think you're understanding today that it needs to happen and it needs to happen soon with some urgency. Okay. That's what I have coming up for you guys. So thank you guys very much for still being here, even though I went radio silent for a while. If you want to see why that happened, I did do a little video on it and I posted it on my old channel under my full name, Amista Bennett. But seriously, thank you guys for all your support and for your loyalty. I appreciate that so much. Remember, you guys are my sponsors, so please put a thumbs up, share this video out to the world, and also put your comments down below. I always love to read your comments. Everybody have a fantastic, wonderful, thrilling, peaceful day, and I'll see you guys back on the next video. Peace out.